All right. So, continuing on with ratios. Before we do that, we go back to the last one. So, just writing out that ratio, we have Angie's Pizzeria making 6 pizzas with pepperoni and 5 pizzas without pepperoni. So, what is the ratio of the number of pizzas with to without? Write it as a fraction. Now, if you watched my last video, I actually watched or listed out as all three. Clearly, I didn't read all the directions where it says write it as a fraction. So, we're just going to write it as a fraction here. So, number of pizzas with is what we start with. We know those are 6 of those. To the number of pizzas without, we know there's 5 of those. So, 6 over 5. We leave it as an improper fraction. We don't change it to a mixed number with ratios. From there, we're going to look into equivalent ratios. So, equivalent ratios are just 2 or more ratios that have the same value. So, the top numbers and the bottom numbers may be different, but they would reduce down to be the same thing. So, like for example, 1 to 2. What makes this ratio equivalent? Well, it's going to give you something like this. So 6 to what? What's this missing number to make it 1 to 2? So if we think about it, 1 to 2, if we have 6 of those, 6 is our first number. What did we take times 1 to get 6? Well, 6. So we're going to do that same thing with the second one. 2 times 6 would then be 12. So 6 to 12 would be the same thing as 1 to 2. That would be an equivalent ratio. So 7 to 21, we want to get down to something to 3. So here we're going to go smaller. The last one went bigger. Here we're going smaller. So same idea though. What would I take times 3 in order to get 21? Well, I would take 7 times 3 to get 21. So what would I take times 7 to get 7? Well, 1 times 7. So 1 to 3 would be that ratio. Now, on the IXL, I don't remember for sure, but either you're going to write the full ratio out, how it is here, or you'll just have to fill in that number. So pay attention to that. What are they wanting you to do? How is that filling in? All right. So what makes the equivalent ratio? 54 to 30 to 9 to something. So 9 to what? Well, how is 9 and 54 related? Well, how many 9s go into 54? Well, 54 divided by 9 would leave it with 6. So, what's 30 divided by 6? Well, 30 divided by 6 is 5. So, 9 to 5. We can look at that 2 different ways. So, either, like how I did here, I'm like, well, 3 times what gives me 21? And I can figure that out, just kind of like how we did here. We're going bigger. Or when we go smaller, we can go, okay, well, 9 goes into this how many times? Because this, whatever amount of times that is, the other one will be divided by the same thing, and that'll give us our same ratio. Because we have to be the same with our ratios. Find the number that makes this ratio equivalent to 48 to 80 and with 10. So what number will go with 10? Well, again, I could look at, well, 48 goes with my question mark, so 80 and 10. So how many 10s go into 80? Well, 8 of those. So how many 8s will go into 48? Well, I know 5 times will give me 40, so 6 will give me 48. So 6 to 10. Okay. So looking for either that number or you'll write the whole thing out here like this. But you're looking for what will make it be the exact same ratio value-wise. Even though the numbers are different, if we looked at our value, what would make them the same comparison? All right. So, got any questions? Let me know, please. Here for to help you at any time. Remember, you can pan me. You can send me an email. You can send me a message to Google Classroom. Any of those work. But please, if you have questions, let me know. Always, until next time, we'll talk to you later.